Hello again, Professor Setter's English 102 class. This is Daniel Calandro, one of the librarians here at Mercer County Community College. Last time I showed you guys how to use our databases to find some articles on your paper topic. Today I'm going to use your second paper to show you how you can find some book sources on that topic as well. Now, even though the library is currently physically closed, we do have electronic books available for you guys online, and I will show you how to do that. Once again, we're going to use that second paper topic where you guys have read another set of short stories, James Baldwin, Alice Walker. So again, depending on the short story you've selected, you'll probably want to start with that as a keyword, just like last time. Again, you can go ahead and you can use the author of the work as well. And again, lots of different keyword terms that you guys can go ahead and add into your search. Our electronic books work just like our databases. You use your keyword terms, you use that Boolean operator and to narrow it down. And again, since it's just like the database, instead of getting article results though, this time you will get chapters and pages from books. Books are usually considered scholarly, so if you need a scholarly source and you've only got one article and you need two, a book would count as a scholarly source. Okay. Again, you would go ahead and click on ebooks. I'll show you that in a second. And again, you're going to log in since it's just like a database. So once again, a reminder to log in is the My Mercer portal name, so the first name dot last name, and then your date of birth as your password. All right, great. Let's show you guys where those electronic books are. Put the keywords back up. All right, so again, starts the same way. You're going to head to the www.mcccc.edu website, the main Mercer website. Once again, you're going to scroll down and it's at the library services page again. You're going to look on the left-hand side this time, and you're going to see here under quick links that we have a link to eBrary or eBook Central. Now, if you want, you can find some electronic books via mersearch. I showed you guys last time how to use that content or source type option where you could go and you could select books and things like that. I'm going to show you eBrary because the interface is a little bit different. Plus, it's going to save me that step, and I can just search through books already. So go ahead, click on eBrary, and it'll go ahead and bring up your eBrary database. If we wanted to, we can again use those double quotes to find specific phrases in our search. So again, it's up to you how you want it to work. So here, we'll start with everyday use and Alice Walker, and let's see what comes up. And if we do that, you can see we get almost 17,000 search results. So again, this is once again a big database. We can scroll through and see if there's anything interesting. And again, here you can see, Alice Springs, Alice Faye. So again, some of these are not on our topic. So that's where our double quotes would come in. So everyday use and Alice Walker. A-L-I-C-E, Walker, there we go. And search. I've done a double phrase search, so I want the book to contain the phrase everyday use, and the book also must contain the phrase Alice Walker. Okay, so again, you can see we get fewer search results. And you can use everyday use, and we'll put in thing and see what comes up with that. So again, you can change your keyword terms around just like we did in our database search. And when we do that, we can go and scroll through our search results again. So it doesn't matter which short story we're using, Sunny's Blues and Baldwin. It'll work the same way for all of our short stories. If you want to, you can use the other short stories, the Hawthorne ones, the Melville ones as well. I'm just using this so you guys can see that you have a second topic. All right, and again, you can scroll through and see if there's anything interesting. So again, we can go ahead and click on these and see our book. We'll just use this first one as an example. Click, and it's going to take us to some info about the book. You've got, once again, the title, the authors, okay? Here, take a second. You may want to read the description. This will tell you kind of briefly what the book is going to cover. Probably more helpful is to take a look at the table of contents here. This tells you what chapters are in the book. And if you want, there may be a chapter that says, oh, like this one here, Sunny's Blues. So great. This is probably going to be the chapter for us. So we can go ahead and just click on that chapter, and it'll take us there. And you'll see we'll load up with a reading pane here kind of in the center, and on the left-hand side, we'll have that table of contents. And we can scroll through it, and there's our book. And we can read this online, which is great. If you want, you can search within the book. So you can search for a person or a phrase. Let's see. So I want to search for the cup of trembling, which is at the end of the story. And I'll do that search. All right, it tells me 0. Okay, that's fine. Let's type in addiction. Let's see if that works. Search. Great. So I've done this search. It's telling me it has found the word addiction 3 times in this book. If I scroll down, it's going to show me here with this little arrow that in this chapter, it has found my keyword term. You can see here that this part is colored in. The more shaded in this bar is, the more times that keyword appears in that chapter. Click on that little arrow. Now it's going to show me the specific pages that it found that keyword term on. And when I do that, if I want, I can click on one of these specific pages here, page 107. It will now highlight my word addiction, 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 addiction. So this is great. If you have some 300-page book like this one, if you're interested in something specific, you can go ahead, type in addiction, and it will go ahead and find it within the book for you. So again, this is not necessarily an excuse to read less. It's to read, I'm going to say, more strategically. So this way you can really focus in on what's important and what's on your topic to help you with your paper. Okay? So there, now you can read this. If you guys want, you can go ahead and read it online. If you want, you can also download portions of the book. I use this little print to PDF option, and it'll ask what does it want to print. So I can print a current page, a series of pages, or the chapter. You can also see too, it gives you the citation style. So this will generate a PDF for you, print to PDF, that you can then go ahead and download. It gives you also a little link here too, so you can click on that link. You can literally highlight, copy this, and paste it in an email to yourself, and it'll take you right back to this book. What's nice is it actually brings you back to the specific page you were on too, which is great. And then finally, you can generate the citation. So if you want, go ahead, click on the little Get Citation button there, and it will generate that citation. And again, you just have to pick the format that's right for you. Here it defaults to MLA. Now, the one thing I will say is this, is that sometimes this citation generator, this one specifically in eBrary, sometimes it doesn't work so great, so you have to be a little careful in terms of fixing it. For example, you can see that this book is called Comparative and Theoretical Essays. It's a collection of essays. If you look at this chapter here that we're using, the author on it is not the same person listed as the author of the book, okay? So if you look here, it's by Trudier Harris, okay? If we click on the Cite button, it has King and Scott, okay? So we have a slightly different citation, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. But really, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, this works very well. You just need to be careful because in this instance, we have a different type of citation, and I'll show you how to do that. But again, as you guys can see, just to overview, it works the same way. We've used our keyword terms, okay? We've used our Boolean operator, and we have put our specific phrases that we're interested in these double quotes to find what we're interested in. All right, so how do we cite this even though it's not sort of correct? Well, what we can do is a couple things. First, we can go to that Purdue OWL page. You will find all the citation help that you want over here under the citation guides. Go ahead, click on that. And if you want, you can go to your Purdue OWL page here, MLA Purdue OWL. The Purdue OWL page is great because it's got tons of info in it. The only issue is you kind of have to know what you're looking for in order to find it. So for example, with this, to cite this specific chapter of this book, I have to know that I am looking for a book. So MLA Works Cited page, books. Then I have to scroll down and find what's called a work in an anthology, reference, or collection. Here, a work in an anthology, reference, or collection. So in other words, a chapter or a section of a book. You can see here it wants the first and the last and first name of the specific person you're using. who wrote that chapter or the title of the essay. So this is where you would need Harris's name. And then you would include the editors, which is King and Scott, and then the publications information, and then the page range of the entry. So here you would have to go and find the page that this appears on, page 103, and then go to the end of it to find that last page. So again, this citation is going to wind up looking very different from the one that's generated in the database. So you'll need your Harris's name there. Now, as you can see, if you know what you're looking for in the Purdue OWL page, it's great, it's easy, and you can find it. You know, they show you the pattern, and then they give you some examples, okay? But if you don't know you need a work, an anthology, reference, or collection, you're going to be, you know, scrolling forever, being like, where is this stuff? What I recommend is if you go back to our citation guides website here, click on the NC State Citation Builder. What's great about the NC State Citation Builder is you just have to plug in the info. I want to cite A. Well, we know we want a chapter from a book in MLA. There. And now we can just plug in this information, right? We know who the author is, right? Trudeer. We know Harris, right? Chapter and essays, we'll just say Sunny's Blues, right? Book title, we'll say Baldwin and who was it? Baldwin and Morrison, I think. Okay. The publisher, we'll just say it's Yale. Let's say 2006. The pages 103 to 115. Okay. Now, the only thing you'll have to add in here, see this little plus button? Click on the plus. Contributor, editor. We'll use Barry, and we'll say King. Added another editor here. We'll say Barry Scott this time. Okay, great. So I just plugged it in, and if you want, you can copy and paste this info as well. So once you've done all that, click on Submit, and it will go ahead, and there, it's generated our citation. You can highlight, copy that right into your Works Cited page. Again, this isn't exactly what this says. I just made this up to do it quickly. But there you go. That may be easier using this NC State one simply because if you don't know that you have, you know, a work in an anthology, reference, or encyclopedia, you can use this and it's a little quicker. Okay, great. I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions or concerns, here once again is my contact info. Please feel free to email. We can do a hangout session, whatever works for you guys. So whether you need help finding sources or getting citations for your sources, just let us know and we'll be happy to help. All right, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.